I have got an insanely good lesson for you today on efficiency, a real life example of one of my online students. So in this video, I'm going to show you a couple swings from my online student, and I'm going to show you, I want you to check those out. When you do watch these swings, I want you to watch the swing first and then kind of think about what you think about the overall shape. Both of them are very good swings. However, one's extremely efficient and one takes a lot of effort and feels very efficient. So what we're going to focus in on today is the difference between what feels like a ton of speed versus what is actually a ton of speed. Because all that matters is the energy that we put into this ball. And I'm going to show you the major checkpoint that I worked on with this student that allowed him to get that efficiency and get him just absolutely launching balls in games. So what we're going to talk about first. So I want you to check out this first swing. And I want you to remember, both of these swings I'm about to show you, both of these were home runs. So this is one of my online students taking batting practice. So he sent me video of these, and we went over exactly what I'm going to show you in today's lesson. So this first swing, as you can see, looks like a pretty darn good swing. Gets into a really good impact position. If you follow the Pro Speed hitting system, you know that lead arm and the bat want to get into a straight line at impact. He's releasing the bat great. He's learned a very good release point. But what I want you to pay special close attention to is the angle of his shoulders. His shoulders are actually angled a little bit backwards. This is what we call reverse shoulder tilt. As you know, in the Pro Speed hitting system, if we are synced up with our swing, we want to have what we call forward shoulder tilt at impact. So if I draw a line through both shoulder sockets, I need that line tilted in towards the infield. That's going to make sure that I know that I'm synced up with my swing. I'm going to get all of my weight, I'm going to get all of my speed into the ball. If my shoulders are pulling off the ball, which is the checkpoint we're going to go over in this video, if my shoulders are pulling off of this ball, I can still hit the ball pretty hard, obviously, but it's going to take a lot of effort, and I'm not going to get near the amount of energy into the ball. So you can see the student still hit a home run because he released it pretty good, hit it on the sweet spot, but he had reverse shoulder tilt. And he told me that this one felt great. It felt very good. Now, the reason why he told me this felt great is because there are very big muscles in your torso. Obliques, abs, pecs, everything like that. These muscles are very easy to sense and feel. If you're turning these really hard, it feels like you're using a ton of power in the swing because you're feeling all of this stuff happening. In actuality, we need this bat to be feeling the speed. Now, the bat isn't part of our body, so we can't really feel what efficiency feels like. This is why we train it. So now I'm going to show you the second swing. The second swing doesn't look as good of a swing after impact, but the impact, it is perfect, meaning he is releasing the bat with forward shoulder tilt, and he's doing the one checkpoint that I'm about to show you. So you're going to see he lines up his lead arm and his bat at impact, gets a ton of speed, but the important thing here is he's staying on the ball. And as you can see, doesn't really look like a super big, massive swing, but this ball actually went further over the fence than the other ball went. So a much, much less effort swing, and the ball went further. Now, he told me when this swing came in that this swing didn't feel nearly as good as the other swing. He couldn't believe that this ball went out of the park. Well, when I went over with him, I said, well, it makes way more sense to me seeing it that ball went further out of the park because it was more efficient. Now, here's why it was more efficient, that one big checkpoint that we're talking about. So we know we want to have forward shoulder tilt at impact. Now, we have a mechanical checkpoint in the Pro Speed hitting system that shows us if we're staying on the ball. This is a huge efficiency checkpoint, and that is we have our lead shoulder in front of our head in forward shoulder tilt. If I'm going to stay on the ball, then my lead shoulder is going to stay in front of my head until the bat is parallel to the ground on the other side of our swing. So that's if we draw a line through the bat and we draw a line on the ground and those lines are parallel, that's when that bat's parallel. If my lead shoulder is still in front of my head, that means I've stayed on the ball. Let me show you what that looks like from the down the line view. So if I go into impact and my lead shoulder is in front of my head and it stays in front of my head, that means this bat can stay through the ball and my energy can stay through the ball for a much longer period of time. So as you can see in the second swing, his lead shoulder stays in front of his head until that bat's parallel to the ground. He got all of his speed into the ball, but he didn't get that sensation that he got on that first swing where he was ripping everything open and get that big torso feel in his torso, but the ball went further. So the answer was, he was like, okay, we're going to get that efficiency, and started using that feel from that swing, and now he is just absolutely lighting the ball up. So what I'm going to have you work on at home to get the same sensation is making sure that you're keeping the lead shoulder in front of your head until the bat's parallel to the ground. So what we would want to do is we'd want to take some swings where we check ourselves on camera. It's very good to use a camera in this instance. Take a swing, see if your lead shoulder stays in front of your head. If it does, as you can see here in the slow motion playback, the lead shoulder stays in front of the head till the bat's parallel to the ground. If it doesn't stay in front of the head until the bat's parallel to the ground, I want you to make sure you check out our bonus lesson that we're going to play at the end of this video. I'm going to play a bonus lesson from our all access lesson that's going to show you a great drill that's going to have you automatically releasing the bat so you can hit this checkpoint. It's going to be a drill that if you execute the pieces in the drill, you'll have no choice but to get the sensation of the efficiency of getting the speed into the bat versus the body. You can check out that video by clicking on the iCard that pops up in the preview at the end of this video or in the link in the description below. So make sure you check out that video to start releasing the bat with pure efficiency right away. We'll see you here in that lesson. The number one commonality among elite level hitters, the top of the top hitters, is they're getting maximum speed in the ball. They're getting that vicious release, and the bat is staying in the zone for the longest period of time. So not only are they getting that vicious speed the release gives you, they're also maximizing their room for air, so they become an absolute elite level hitter because there's so much room for air and the bat's moving at a high velocity. I'm going to show you a drill that's going to have you release the bat immediately. This cuts to the chase. This is my number one drill for learning the release because it's going to give you immediate feedback as to whether or not the bat is being released. If you can hit both tees and do those three things, you will have an elite level release, or at least